Today I have a special goal. Okay, I have a set of tools by the brand which is almost absolutely brand new on the market, and those tools, the brand of it's called Schaaf Tools. It's actually sold as a set of 12, and if you go to Amazon and look for the wood carving tools, one of those results going to show you Schaaf Tools. Okay, and my goal is just to try to figure out, are they good or not good. For example, I know for the price of like 1.5 gouge, you can buy the whole set of 12, and it's on the website. It says it's really good tools, and there is a lot of reviews and people like them. As you know, I'm carving professionally every day, and I'm using different brands, of course. I use Ashley Isles a lot. I use File. I use Henry Taylor. I use Oreo. I use Lamp. I use different brands. I've got even some flex cut tools which I mostly don't use, and I also teach in different schools throughout the country in USA, and sometimes when I list tools required for the class, for example, I list file tools because it's the most common used in USA, and you can buy those tools almost anywhere in the world pretty much, and they're really good tools, but the price point for the set, for the beginner set, I would say, I'm not saying you can buy like 2-3 tools and still do something, but I'm talking about if you want to do real wood carving, and the price about $1,000 for the set of 12, I would say, versus Schaaf Tools. I'm not sure if I'm even pronounced that correctly, but anyway, it's what it says. It's Schaaf Tools on the box, and are much more economical. And I'm just imagining myself, if I would just start wood carving as a hobbyist, as a hobby, for example, are those tools any good? Am I able to carve anything with those? Are they what they claim to be? For example, when you go to Amazon, it says it's hardened to Rockwell C60. Okay, so most of the tools, most of the wood carving tools range from RC58 to RC62. RC60, it's just right in the middle. So like I said, my goal is, for example, if I'm just getting to wood carving and I want to carve something, but I don't have a lot of money, let's say, to invest in tools, and but I still would like to get some semi-professional results, are those tools good? Or, for example, I am a furniture maker and I don't want to invest in expensive tools, and I just want to invest a certain amount, but still able to do something for furniture embellishment and so on, which you don't really need for the furniture carving a lot of tools. Okay, so is that good set? Am I able to do any good with those tools? So let's find out today. So I just got those tools. They are brand new. On the website, on Amazon website, it says if you're not planning to sharpen those tools, don't buy those tools. And that's actually true to any brand. Doesn't matter what brand you buy, you still have to sharpen those tools. Even if they come out the box sharp and ready to go, let's say File, most of the time when you buy those tools, they're ready to go, you carve. But how long you gonna carve, okay, with pre-sharpened tools? I mean, 1 day, 2 days, maybe longer, it's gonna hold the edge, but there's still gonna be a certain point when you have to resharpen. Doesn't matter what brand you buy, okay? So it's true, and I really appreciate the honesty what they're saying. If you don't if you're not planning to sharpen your tools, or if you don't know how to sharpen your tools, so just you're gonna get frustrated. So and in my case, any tools, any brand I buy, doesn't matter high-end or not too high-end, I still have to reshape, I have to resharpen, and I have to restrop it or rebuff it, so, and then I'm using it. So today I'll take a different approach. I'll just assume I'm a beginner. I bought the tools. I never learned how to sharpen. All I'm gonna do, just to take out of the box and buff it or strop it. My preferred way, I'm stropping on a work sharp machine, work sharp 3000 to be exact. I've got the older model, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use just a felt wheel with some paste on it. And it doesn't matter what kind of paste you're gonna use. I'm gonna use probably green, which you can buy in most of the countries, just a green diamond paste for the sharpening, or I should say for buffing. It's more accurate because it's not really sharpening, it's actually stropping and buffing. Let me show you. If you look at those tools just out of the box, you can see it has a machine marks, and it's never been really sharpened, and I'm pretty sure you know, I have to buff it, so I can't just use it. I already actually see the edge needs to be buffed. But anyway, like I said, my goal is not to reshape them, not to resharpen them, and I don't want to review the quality of the tools. I don't want to compare Schaaf Tools to File, or I don't want to compare to other brands like Henry Taylor. They're all different, by the way. I mean, there's some pluses and some minuses in the higher end tools, and there's some really good tools, but the price tag is much cheaper. So I don't want to look at the quality, how it's built, but it feels about the same. I don't know, it looks a little different, of course. The metal, you can see a lot more rougher stripes, like machine marks. I'm not sure if that's a proper word to say, but it's true. But my goal is, like I said, just to try it, if I'll be able to carve or not with those tools pretty much right out of the box. And like I said, if I would just start my hobby, if it's worth it or not. Okay, let's do that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do just a simple too simple. I mean, it's still gonna be simple, but not too simple. I'm gonna do grapes. So I have a block of wood, and we'll just draw a really quick sketch on it, and just to take those tools and carve it and see the results. Okay. By the way, this block of wood is approximately 6 inches wide and approximately 8 inches long. I mean, to be exact, it's 8 and 3/32. Okay, so about 8 inches is okay. It's just the one of the blocks I found in my shop, so it's already cut, and that's basswood or lime wood, if you wish, and that's about 2 inches thick. It's less than 2 inches. It's 1 inch and 7/8, but it's an 8/4 material, just plain down. Okay, so really doesn't really matter what kind of size it's going to be. 6 by 8, okay, if you wish, 6 inches by 8 inches, and we're going to mount that to my trusty Veritas vise. And there's a different ways, different approaches how you can fasten your piece of project which you're going to work on. Today what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you probably a different approach. I'm not sure how stable it's going to be when I'm going to bounce really heavily, if I'm going to bounce. But for example, in my school, some people said how to avoid the screws. Veritas comes with the plate, and this plate, you have to screw it either to the piece of wood you're going to work on and then carve it out, or you can screw it to the block of wood and then do a sandwich method, which is what you do. You take a piece of paper and glue both sides of the paper. One side is going to be glued on a piece of project you're going to work on, and another side to the block of wood. In my case, it's just a piece of 2x4. It's the cheapest block of wood I could find, and that's going to be really stable. I use a sandwich method all the time. I use the paper and glue that together all the time on the big projects even, okay? So I just done lions, like a lion head onlays for one of my clients, and they are huge. They are 48 inches boards, and they were just held by piece of paper, with the sandwich method. But today I want to try different method, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use just blue tape, regular blue tape, and super glue. Okay, in this case it's a Gorilla super glue. It's just a brand, but I'm pretty sure any brand will do. In USA you can go in a dollar store and just buy a bunch of tubes of super glue for just $1. Okay, so it's not expensive. But what I'll do, let me try it. We're gonna try it together, okay? On this particular carving. On small one it works fine, but this is little gonna be deeper and bigger. I'll just apply pieces, and that's also important if you would just wrap it, because later on it's going to be easier to remove. I'll just do maybe a couple. Okay, let me see if I'll be able to do it in a center or semi-center. Yep, that's good. Exactly the same I'm going to do on a block of 2x4. Couple pieces of blue tape. If you don't have a blue tape in your country, you can use any painter's masking tape, which is going to be easy later on to remove. And let me just apply the glue. Just a little bit. And I'll glue it tape to tape. Okay, I know it's going to take about 10-20 seconds before I can screw it, but I saw other reviews on YouTube about those tools, and some guys complained about the handle and the metal, the point of connection, so that part is like looking a little too rough. And I found that also on a smaller tools, on a bigger tool, you don't see that roughness, so it's looking good. But on a smaller tools, you can see just the inset of that metal part inside is not that accurate. Okay, and I know it's a big deal for some people. For me, it's not a big deal, as long as I can look at the tool just straight like this, and if it's a straight and it sets really nicely inside, it's just okay with me. So I'm not gonna just tear my hair over it. Yeah, it's nice to have a beautiful finish all around, but we're talking about the whole set for the price of just some of my gouges are twice more expensive, just one gouge, than the whole set. And like I said, I mean, my goal is, am I able to carve it? So today is a goal to find out if I'm able to carve a project. Okay, I think it's probably strong enough. I'm gonna screw my plate. It's also a beautiful thing, Veritas. They have a carver's vise and different size of plates. There's a 2-inch plates, 3-inch plates, and you can buy those separate. I have multiple of them, those plates. And I can use on different projects and live on the project. And here you can see it's a 2-inch plate. It's a smaller, and for smaller size carvings, it's actually excellent. I'm using about 1.1/8 screws. I think it's plenty strong for this project. And let's place it in a vise. So we'll see. Let me kind of trim a little bit, or it is not on my way. But I'm still gonna leave wrapping around. Like I said, it's gonna be a lot easier to remove it later. Okay, let's do some of the design. There's a couple ways you can prepare. You can see I am kind of this piece is an offcut from an existing project, and I had a snipe, like a planer snipe right here, and doesn't bug me, but if it does bug you, so you can always take a black plane and clean it a little bit. Let me do it just to make it look nice. Okay, it is good. Let me work on design. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use just a marker because it's gonna be more visible, but I usually use just the pencils to draw. But in this case, I'm gonna draw right on a piece of wood, and I'm gonna provide a link, and you can download if you want to try this design yourself. So there's gonna be a link, so please feel free and download it. But let me do. This piece of wood is kind of small. I don't want to do complicated carving, and I want to do really quickly. But still, I want to make it look nice. A couple ways I could approach. Like I said, I want to carve grapes, and I could do those grapes as inlay. I could just actually scroll it out and then apply it on a piece of wood and carve it out. But in this case, I want to do like a small piece of art that you can frame later, or I can frame it and use it as wall art or something. But let me do that. Me get the main body. Okay, I think, I could I could do a lot more to this piece, but like I said, I wanted to do a simple, just a carving that pretty much any beginner can do. But my goal was to see if the Schaaf tools are good or not, any good or not, okay? And here's my opinion, okay? I used only Schaaf tools. I did not use any other tools. I wanted to because, you know, I used to a lot more tools, a lot more sweeps and sizes and so on. But those tools, 12 tools, I used 11 out of 12. And my opinion, I mean, if I would just be a hobbyist or even professional furniture maker, I would definitely buy them. Yeah, they claiming it's a holding edge on the website, at least on Amazon, that's what it says. It's RC60 hardened to RC Rockwell C60, and it does hold edge, although during this carving I had to rebuff each tool about probably 3-4 times, so which is approximately, I would say, same like I would do on a file tools or even Ashley Isles, so approximately the same. I don't know the metal itself, what it's made from, but it looks to me it's good. Yes, I had one, it's not a problem even, just one of the gouges, the handle was a little bit loose, but for me it's not a deal-breaking thing, so I still would buy it. I mean, I can just always replace the handle if I wish. Also on the website, on Amazon at least, they saying if there's some tool is not good, or maybe like in my case I just saw one of the handles a little loose, they can always replace with the new tool. So yeah, I mean, I see absolutely no problem with those tools. For the professional wood carving, definitely it's not enough. I wish they have, well, I mean, I could add probably a couple more, in my opinion, that would help a lot. I would add definitely a smaller number 11, like maybe 1 millimeter, for just to get underneath and undercutting. I would change maybe V tool, it's a 60 degrees, but I would change it probably to maybe 45 or even 35 degrees. That would be more useful, but it's again, it's only my opinion because I use a lot 35 degrees V tool for undercutting and so on. But those tools, I would either add them like a V tool 35 degrees and maybe number 11 veiner 1 millimeter to clean, you know, in just the really tiny spots. But overall, they're really good. I mean, I would buy them. I would say they absolutely fine. And here's result. Okay, so you can see the result of my carving, which is a really small carving, but still, I mean, you can see it's a full 3D, so you can do that. And of course, if I would spend a little more time, I could take it to the extreme and make it even more beautiful. But the design was simple. You saw I just spent like 1 minute of designing of it. So, and I think it's not complicated at all, and anybody can do it. Thank you very much.